Hey guys, so I was gonna jump on Facebook Live, but I realized I've deleted my Facebook app off my phone. So I'm just gonna record the video instead. I wanna share a little bit on, I think I kind of understand now why people get into this chaotic mode when it comes to self-isolation or the need to have to get out. And it really comes down to intention, and a lot of them comes down to your inner work. And I am going to share my own experience so that I guess that might probably resonate with some of you a lot better. And it's actually really interesting to see how intention, or I guess just having that notice prior, makes a huge difference. So to give you a little bit of a background, I guess, background information. So yesterday was Nyepi, which is also known as Silent Day here in Bali. For those of you who don't know, it is the day before a new year here. So what it means is usually they have a parade going on to kind of like get rid of the bad spirits on the night before Nyepi, but obviously it was cancelled this year because of the whole coronavirus situation. And on Silent Day, traditionally you're not meant to have lights, no sound, no internet, and it's basically a day for you to just stay in. And lucky for, I guess, fortunately for me, is that the place I'm staying has internet, and it was an amazing day to just spend such a just to really be in silence. But it's quite interesting to see how it pans out, because I do spend a lot of time on my inner work, and have been doing so for the past 6 months. But just having that, I guess, that container of like, okay, tomorrow's Silence Day, and it's something that I know, and something that I have been looking forward to. But then what happened is I woke up today and realized that there is an extended shutdown, which means that I think most places are shut and you're not meant to be on the street. And today it's more of like, I guess, a precaution for the coronavirus situation. And I woke up just kind of like jumping straight to work because I'm so excited. But then I didn't really have that time to kind of do my usual morning routine, and I kind of found myself going down this deep rabbit hole of like chaos, and it's like, fuck, I don't have enough food. And to be honest, I have some food and wine stocked up, but all the fresh produce like vegetables and fruits, I've ate them yesterday because I thought that I can go grab them today, or I can go out and get food. And that kind of put me in this like, fuck, what do I need to do now? Now I'm stuck here. And then I went straight to this mode of hating humans. That is a very strong words, but I don't know if you can hear the background noise, but basically the place where I was staying, they have moved us to this villa just for security reason. It's easier to, I guess, to manage, and it's annoying because all my stuff is in the guest house that I was staying, and it's like that's where my stability is. And there are like, and then I'm here with like the tourist energy, which makes me really annoyed, because they were blasting like music on the speaker by the pool at like 9 o'clock, and I was like, fuck, like, sort your shit out. And like, it's just like people and self-awareness it was just this rage building up within me, and I was like, fuck this shit. And then I proceed to try to work again, because I was like, okay, now I'm just gonna put on my headphones and get straight to work. And now fast forward, and now you can probably hear the music now. And basically, I think it just puts me in this really like frustrated mode. But if I've taken some time to kind of, regulate my emotions and kind of reground myself. And what I realize is that today and yesterday don't really have any difference, besides the fact that I don't have any fresh food to eat. And I am that is a great example of how I allow an external environment, my external environment, to dictate how I feel from the inside. And it's so easy to kind of spiral down that rabbit hole of like, fuck, this is not going the way I want it to be. And I think that a lot of us have the need to be in control of things, to make sure that everything is in order. And yeah, and I think that is what kind of put a lot of us in this like limbo of what the fuck is going on. And it probably took me a couple of hours to kind of recenter it again. I mean, I'm still a little bit annoyed, but I realized that while I can't control that, or I can tell them off and have this massive beef with them, but what I can do is how can I recreate the stability from inwards. And that is kind of the focus of today's, I guess, video is how we have spent all this time trying to build stability on the outside. So financially, safety, and all that stuff, stability on the outside, that we kind of forgotten, like we ignored the importance of building stability from the inside, because if you are extremely grounded from within, everything else would manifest externally and in the physical reality. And I guess I want to share this is because for someone that has been doing the inner work for like, the last year or so, and for someone that is, conscious and all that shit, whatever you want to call that, I still go through the same frustrations. And now I guess I have better understanding of how many of you feel out there, especially if you're so used to working from an office, you're so used to your morning routine, you're so used to doing things a certain way, and now without any, I guess, transition period for you to kind of be prepared to be quarantined or to be to isolate, is so easy to fall into that rabbit hole. That coupled with all the information that you don't really need on social media, it's literally like you kind of like us is stuck in this bubble. And it's easy to observe your thoughts when things are good. It's easy to meditate when everything is going well. But how do you find the calm and peace within the chaos is what matters. And and I think the reason why I want to share this with you is so that to know that you're not alone in this, that you're seen and you're heard, and it's not easy and it's challenging, but the good news is we're all in this together. And if you haven't really looked much into emotional regulation or emotional intelligence, this is probably something to really focus on in the next foreseeable future, because none of us know how long this thing is going to last. And you can either change the way you respond to a situation, or you can let it control how you feel. And it obviously is easier said than done, because I was in that rabbit hole for like 2 hours. I just started scrolling through Instagram, and then I started like trying to do 50 things at once. And it's like, fuck, okay, what do I need to do now? There's all these things that I need to do. Oh my God. And then you kind of get into this, like your mind and your mind starts taking control, as opposed to coming from your inner guidance, if that makes sense. That is kind of the situation. And I think that what we can do now, especially for those of you who are already in lockdown, or I think in Australia, I think in Australia it's not mandatory lockdown yet, that you're still able to go out and purchase your whatever requirements is it that you need, and I think some states in the US as well. But what you can do is maybe sit down today and kind of like maybe have this intention that, okay, this quarantine is going to be going on for 7 days. Just let's start with 7 days and just treat it as like a 7 days, like self-retreat or self-leadership retreat on how you're able to get to know yourself better, and just really easing yourself into that idea of quarantine. I think that is going to help a lot as well, because I had no problem yesterday with Nepi. I was journaling, I was pulling cards, I was meditating, I was listening to like shamanic music, I was coloring, and just really allowing myself to go with the flow and getting creative. And probably it hits about like 5 o'clock, and I was like, you know what, I'm ready to work. And I was so creative, and I got so much stuff done yesterday. And then I kind of like got into reading at night, and it was perfect. I'm going to try to link a few photos down here, but the stars were absolutely magical yesterday. We get to see like the Milky Way without the pollution, without all these distractions that we have. And I think that a good metaphor for that is, once you remove all the distractions, once you remove all the noise in your life, all you see is light and the beauty of nature. So yeah, and I think I am going to share a couple of things of what I do to kind of get grounded or get centered. I think grounded sometimes can be overused. I think that how you can see it is, how can you build that stability within you so that you can approach your day-to-day life? Because if you think about it, say if shit hits the fan, you are going to make a decision based on your current state of being. So if your current state of being is calm and at peace and being connected with your higher self, connected to God, whatever it is that you believe in, and as opposed to if your state of being is just right here, fear, chaotic, and everything is just like, what the fuck is happening? It doesn't matter. Like, you would always choose the path less resistant. But if you choose the path less resistance here, when you're at peace, when you know what you want from the inside, you are going to make the right decision. And whereas if you're here, you are going to make decisions that is, like of low vibration, something that, okay, so if you're feeling chaotic and you're like, okay, what can I do right now to make myself feel better? You're going to be like, fuck this, I'm just going to be in bed. I'm just going to watch some Netflix to calm myself down. When you try to tune out when you're at this level of vibration, as opposed to when you're here, it makes a difference because of your state of being, your state of mind. So what is really important right now is to really get yourself whatever it is that you need to do, whether it's working out, whether it's listening to music, whether it's journaling, whether it's just surrendering and letting go. Like, just your only focus right now is get to that peaceful and calm state of being, and you can decide what to do next. I have a separate video on how to regulate your emotions at times like that. I'm going to post it down below as well. That would probably give you a little bit more, actionable tips on how to do it. And a lot of them are actually really simple. And also, I think to put things into perspective as well, is that we're not going to die from hunger if we don't eat like our usual food for the next couple of days. Like, that was the first thing I was like, okay, Tim Tams might not be the healthiest food, but at least I have Tim Tams. Or if I don't have Tim Tams, I guess I can have water fast. That's just perspective. And it's actually I actually really enjoy this time to really work through a lot of creative stuff. But because this morning there was this unexpected roadblock that came through, and it just kind of sets me off the chart. So I think that is probably the case for a lot of people. And I think because you are venturing into the path of unknown, and our reptilian brain or our ego needs to will would need to kind of look for like the ground of familiarity to make us feel safe. But it's sometimes we have to be okay with the unknown to surrender. That's how we're able to receive messages or intuition from your higher source. So that is kind of how it is. And it is a challenging time for everyone else, and I think that it doesn't matter I guess how aware you are. There are still going to be times where you're stuck in this limbo of like, what the fuck is going on? But how you respond to it, it really is making a huge difference. And I've also put together this 2 different messages that I receive from my friends around like the messages from the indigenous, I think somewhere in South America. Might be wrong with the region, but basically it is like I think a channeled message around how this situation and how can we best I guess use it to our good. It definitely is a lot more articulate than how I can explain it. You know, from the start on when all these started happening, I know that it's just Mother's Earth way of recalibrating the imbalance of power, imbalance of energy, and all these push and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna put the link down below as well, because it has, you know, I really felt it on my heart when I read it. And for those of you who are not spiritual, or this whole going inwards spirituality thing might sound a little bit foreign to you right now, it's okay. You know, I have been through one of that. You know, I was there once. You know, I was really skeptical, and if you watch one of my videos that I recorded 2 years ago, I'm like, I never believe in this manifestation stuff. You know, but I think that the messages or the learnings will come to you when you're ready. And I think that there has never been a time that the collective is more ready than now. I really, if there is anything that you can do for yourself today, I highly recommend you to just read that article with an open heart. Try not to judge, and try not to shut it down with like, that's bullshit, that is just, you know, whatever. Just read it with your heart and let me know how you feel after, because I really think that there is a powerful message there. And yeah, I think we're all in this together. And if you want to have more of I guess a one-on-one conversations on this, I'm going to be more active on the Empowered Feminine Facebook group. I've started that a week ago, but I haven't really been in there because I was trying to work out my situation here in Bali as well. And this is a time where we are all feeling unsettled. You know, we can't control the economic situation. We can't control, you know, when the government is going to like impose new lockdown whatsoever. But what we can control and what we can really work is to keep showing up, to do the work, to build the stability within ourselves. And that's something that I need to focus as well. I think it is easy when everything is kind of smooth sailing to have those routines. It's just when shit fucks up, like, what do I do? You know, just allow yourself to feel into those emotions, regulate those emotions, cry if you need to. I've been crying like every day. Not like, I don't think it's towards a particular like reason. You know, sometimes I listen to some music, I read some stories, and I feel emotional, and I just allow myself to cry, because that's also a way for you to move emotions through your body. So hope that helps. And as always, if you want to kind of connect, hit me up on Instagram. It's I am Adeline. Go to Facebook group, and also I have just put together a free membership, the Not So Basic Life Hub, which really have all the resources that I've created in the past to help you create your dream life, and you know, to navigate through this hard time in the new paradigm. So yeah, sending you lots of love, and we've got this together.